Hello, how's it going, beautiful person or persons? It's kind of weird. This is the first time I've really talked on my own, but I'm gonna try to show you how to put together a pretty basic Discord bot. And specifically a chatbot. There's all kinds of bots in general. You pretty much use a bot to automate any sort of task through a program, which it's not limited to just social media. You could use it for any task really, to scrape the internet, to delete spam from your email, to send text messages, like we saw a couple weeks ago, I believe. And I'm going to try to do the best I can with this and explain all the lines of code. There are some things I'm not going to go in depth on, and I'll try to put links for everything in the description, for everything I don't cover in depth. Alrighty. Hope I got everything set up correctly. Okay, this works with the Discord API, and basically, if you have a Discord account, you're going to want to go to discord.com/developers, and it might have you log in after that. I'm not sure how that works. For me, I didn't have to log in because I was already logged into Discord itself. Basically, when you're on the, once you go through that, you're going to want to build an application. And once you get into the applications, you can make a new application, name it whatever you want. Once you have an application, it'll show up under My Applications, which I already built this ahead of time, and I'd go to the actual bot itself, but there's some sensitive information that I don't want to have to change. But like I said, I'll put a link to set that up, or how to set that up, rather. And let's just dive right into the code. So we got our bot ready to go. Quite a few steps to set that up, actually. Alright, starting at the top, we gotta import some modules, which you use the pip install for this using CMD. So you go to your command line and well, I don't have any commands set up, like pip install blah blah blah. I always forget the exact command for it, so I've got it saved to a Word document. Yeah, pip installer, not docx. So basically, take this, copy it, go to CMD, and it's useful if you got it. If you're forgetful like me, it's useful to have it handy, like such. I got that Discord. There might be another one or two, but I'll give you a link to how to set this up exactly. And I need to get the newer version of pip, and I need the new version of Python as well. It's up to 3.9 right now. I've got 3.8, which I'm running on right now. But once you get it downloaded and the other modules you need, you import it to your file, your Python file that you want to work on. Go ahead and save this because it's good to go. There's another Discord ext where you got to import the commands module from this module. The commands, it makes it easy to actually give your bot commands, which you can like mouse over it. It'll tell you it's an extension module to facilitate creation of bot commands. And I don't think I even told you API. It's Application Programming Interface. which makes it easier to communicate with different applications, different software mediums. So it pretty much it shortens your amount of time that you have to spend in coding. Makes it easier on you because it's already got built-in functions and whatnot, classes. But anyway, back to the top. So you got your modules imported. This third one right here, I've got another file. It's got I called it bot token. And I imported a couple of variables from that. That way I don't have to show any sensitive information. I've got like my token that you'll get after you set up a bot, and I've got my channel ID on here, which I'll show you how to get that. Well, I guess I can show it right now. If you got a Discord server set up, which over here, if you got Discord already, you just hit that, add a server. You can name it what you like. You can add channels to it, voice channels. You can do a lot with it. But anyway, I think before you can actually right click and get the ID, you need to go in here to user settings and account. It's down here. For some reason it's under appearance, which that's a weird place to put it. But go down here to advanced. It's got this developer mode. You want to turn that on. So like it says, developer mode exposes context menu items helpful for people writing bots using the Discord API, which is exactly what I'm doing, or did rather. Anyway, you turn that on, you get out of here, you can click on the channel that you want to add the bot to, you copy the ID, and you want to place that either in a separate file and have it under a variable name, which is what I did with it, or you can put it down here, or down here rather. But I'll get to that here in a second, that way I'm not confusing you. Alright, I created a variable to start off with for the bot itself, or else you're going to have to type in this every time, commands.bot, for every single time you call bot. So anyway, this pretty much allows you to use commands that are built into the API. And the bot itself, it represents the bot, obviously. But you can't name this uppercase bot because it's going to conflict with this, so I went with the lowercase. But anyway, in here, this has a command prefix that I've thrown into here. It's a subclass, is what it says. Like anytime you mouse over this stuff, it should give you a brief description. But I think by default, the prefix is set to an exclamation point, which I can set it back to that. But right now I've got it set to nothing, so I can just type in a command and it'll run. I've also got case insensitive set to true. That way if I want to put it all caps, or if I put it lowercase, or a combination of that, it's going to count it as the same thing. Kind of like a dot lower on your strings. Alright, now to get into the meat of it. Alright, this at bot.event, this at whatever, it stands for a decorator, which I'm not going to go too in depth on that. I'm not very good at explaining it, but it's basically like long story short, it's a function that takes in a function as an argument. Now, I wish I had more time to explain it thoroughly, but I'll put a link to a better description in my description under the video. It's got this async in here. That's another thing I wish I had more time to cover. But basically it means you can multitask. With all these commands, all these events, you can multitask. It's an analogy for it. Say you're washing clothes. You could wash a load, then dry a load. And when you have that first load drying, you could throw in a second load washing. That way you're multitasking. It's kind of what it allows. Like you don't have to finish one of these commands before you move on to the next one. It's able to do it all, per se. Oh, and this event, it's kind of like a, what am I trying to say? Like, it happens in response to something, like something has to trigger this. Man, I had a better description before I started up the video, now my mind is blank. It's kind of like in JavaScript, when you have an on-click event, like say you click a button or something, and then something happens when you click that button. This is pretty much like that. It's got the onReady function that's built into the Discord API. So basically, when your bot's ready to go, it's going to print this here. I've got it to say airtime bot engaged. So when I start this up, if nothing is wrong, it's going to say airtime bot engaged. That means it's ready to go. We're ready to do it. Alright. So that's what this first one is. Pretty much what that does. It lets me know it's ready to go. So I know that it's ready to use in Discord itself. The second one uses another built-in function with the Discord API. And this allows you to make a command. Like, it's a very easy way to make commands. You remember this command prefix up here, which I have nothing, but I can put it like anything I wanted to, like a exclamation point, a question mark, 3 asterisks. It's whatever you want it to be, but just for simplicity, I've got it set to nothing right now. But the second function here, I've got it just right here. Whatever you put right here, it's going to respond to. This is your actual command. When you type this into the chat, it's going to respond to that with, like right here, it's awaiting this command. Then CTX stands for context. And it will send whatever you got in these parentheses here. And it's got to be the string, so you need the quotes in there. So pretty much got it. Whenever I say hello, it's going to respond hello. I'll go ahead and show you that. So this first one, I gotta wait, make sure it's ready. Alright, engage, ready to go. So I say hello. It immediately responds hello. I've got his name, airtimebot underscore between it. And I could also, because of the case insensitivity, I could make hello in all caps. It doesn't work though if you put hello with an exclamation. I gotta write some different code for that if I want to allow that. But I could do like HELLO, it'll respond. Alright. Let me go back here, close out of that. And I'll show you just as an example, if you do the command prefix, let me do a question mark this time. Start it up. I'm going to say hello to it again when it's ready to go. And I hope you can hear me fine, because I'm trying to do it all in one take. Alright, he's ready to go. So as a prefix, you know prefix comes beforehand. And I say hello. And it's going to say hello. Type all caps, hello. He says hello. Alright. Back to it. I'm not going to do this prefix every time, so you got a pretty good understanding of what the prefix does, case insensitivity. You should have it pretty well understood. Alright, the second command. In Discord, there is a command for text-to-speech, which if I go into my channel, I do a /TTS, it'll show you up here, commands matching /TTS. Use text-to-speech to read the message. So I can say whatever I want, say, hello world.
Airtime said hello world.
And it's going to say airtime said hello world. Which is pretty fun. Oh, it's because I had the caps.
Airtime said haha slow.
So, I mean, you can come up with some pretty funny stuff to use with that, but that's, you gotta just delve into that on your own. It'll also, if you have emotes on here, I believe it does emotes as well. Let's do the robot emote.
Airtime said robot face.
Robot face. Alright, I'm getting off on a tangent now. I need to get back into it. Alright, so anyway, because of the text-to-speech, I've got pretty much the same setup as this first command. The second command, I've got it to respond to the command airtime. This could be uppercase, lowercase, like I was talking about. And it's got a send function where it's going to reply it's airtime. The second thing here, TTS, that's going to enable text-to-speech. So I'll run it again. Say airtime.
Airtime underscore bot said it's airtime.
So it's going to make that speech enabled, which is it's pretty fun. Go ahead and close that out again. But yeah, that's pretty much the basic gist of this command, just to show a different way you can do that, a little bit different. You can pass a different argument in there. I've got this test is what activates this one, and you always, with these, you always have to pass CTX, the context, through there. That's it won't work without that argument. But you can also add another argument to it, which I've got as ARG, but you could call it whatever you want. So I gotta say test, and then whatever is an argument following that. And it's only one word. Like the way it's set up right now, it's one word. So in response, it's gonna send that word back to me. So let me run this another time. So I'll say test, and then test. So he's going to respond test to me. Say test, then robot. And he'll send robot back. Just whatever you put, as long as it's one word. You put test, and then hello world. It's just going to send back hello. Unless you specify a different way to examine this with the function. Alright, sorry I keep closing out of this. Hopefully I'm not taking too long with this. There's a bit I want to go over. So that's a different way you can set that up. I mean, there are several ways, like pretty much an infinite amount of ways you can set up all this. Alright, this next one is a little more complicated. It's another event handler. That's what I was trying to think of. It's an event handler. Alright, it came back to me. Alright, for this one, same way you set it up. Async, you define a function. OnMessage is a built-in function with the API. Then message is built in as well. Like pretty much just a message sent in chat. Alright, this right here, this is very useful, or it could also be fun if you leave this out. This basically makes it to where if the bot says whatever, it won't respond to itself. Like author.bot, it'll just return without anything. If you return nothing, nothing happens. So basically this one, I've got it set up so it's got the text-to-speech in there, so it's actually going to talk to you. like a robot. But if the content of the message that's sent is the same thing as its hair time, and don't forget when you've got a quotation within a string, you got to use this to this escape character, or else it's gonna mess it up. Like if I remove that, it's gonna be messed up. Well, actually, it's not if you have single quotes. Oops. What am I doing? Oh. Yeah, you do single quotes, everything's messed up. But it's good practice to just use the escape character every time. But anyway, I've got a variable set up where it's bot.getChannel, my channel. And you remember at the top when I was saying I imported these variables, my channel was one of them. That way I don't have to show my channel ID in here. And I think I showed you how to get the channel ID just to refresh. Once you got a developer mode set up, you right click the channel, then copy ID, and you can paste it wherever you feel necessary. Which right here, the get channel function, that's where you would put it if you ever need to do something in that specific channel. So anyway, I've got it set up to variable there. Remember your operator, it assigns this to this. The double equal sign asks you if this is the same as this. You could make this a little more specific, but right now I've got it to the just exact string there. If it says this, it's going to respond. So it waits for it, and when it's sent, it responds with the same thing. I've got it set to respond to its hair time with its hair time. So run it to show you. Oh wow, that's real messed up.
Hair time underscore bot said it's hair time.
So it's got the text-to-speech enabled. And let me demonstrate. Whoops. Alright, if you take this line out, it's going to start responding to itself, because you like it'll respond to anybody in the channel. So it just responds to a message, the content of the message. So if you don't specify that the author is the bot and you need a return, start this up and show you what happens. This is pretty funny, but you may not want it to do this if you like people in your channel.
Hair time underscore bot said it's hair time. 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 Hair time underscore bot said
it's just
it's
replying to itself every time, and it'll do this infinitely until you stop the program. And yeah, you may not want that, you may want that. I'm just letting you know that's what happens if you forget this, or if you want to do it the other way. You know, it's up to you. Only you can decide how you want to set up your bot. And this right here, this is another important line. If this isn't in here, this for some reason on message overrides all this other stuff, like the commands. So if I have this commented out and I run it, it won't use the original commands like the hello and the hair time commands. Whoops. So if I put hello in here, he won't say hello back. He'll only respond to the last on message command.
Underscore bot said it's hair
Which I better
time.
kill this pretty quick. Oh, that's right, I don't have it spamming anymore. So anyway, you need this line. If you're gonna do both on message and regular commands with the decorator, you have to have this. It's not an option. I mean, it is an option, but then this stuff won't work. And I can't explain to you exactly why it works like that. I can tell you it conflicts with the commands for whatever reason. But anyway, when you've got your event handlers, your commands, whatever you want to do, and there's a lot you can do. I'm gonna put a link to the API documentation because there is a ton. Like you can even send like direct messages to people, like personal messages. Like you got friends on here, whatever. You can check whoever's in the channel. You can print out a list of the people in the channel. A lot more other things. Once you get everything set up, you want to run them. And bot.run, like runs a function. And you gotta have your token, your bot token that you get from your developer portal, which for some reason is laggy right now. Oh gosh. Alright, so anyway, if I were to go into my application, my bot, it'll have a token in there under something. I forget exactly where, but I'll give you a document that you can read that tells you exactly how to set this up. And it'll show you where the token is, where it's available. So you get your authentication token for your bot, which I've got imported from my separate file, because I don't want just anybody to be able to program my bot. That sounds kind of dangerous. I mean, it could be fun, but could also be bad. And like right here, I've got the comment, don't reveal your bot token. If you were to actually give it away, there is an option to regenerate it. The same place you get the token, right next to it, you can regenerate your token. That way, if you accidentally show it to somebody, you can get a new one right away. Let me think if there's anything else I could show you that's interesting. I feel like there was something else I just wanted to show. I can't think about it. My mind is kind of mushy right now. It's 2 in the morning. I am pretty dang tired. Well, I hope everything I didn't cover in here I can cover with links to other sites, and I'll try to put like a brief description over all the links. That way you understand. You know what it's going to show you. And I hope I did a good job explaining this. I feel like it's not the best job of explaining my code, and I could have showed you more examples. But yeah, this is pretty much my basic bot. I've been wanting to do this for a while for fun, so I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone with this assignment. And I hope you enjoy it. Wish I could have gone over more stuff, like how to set it up, how to get your account set up if you don't have one, but I feel like I'd run way over time if I did that. But yeah, hope you have a nice night, day, or whatever time it is for you. And yeah, peace.